And greetings. Hey, what is Faulkner Fixes all doing now? What is he doing? Yeah. I make the mistakes so you don't have to. Okay, so here's the dealio. I probably should have put the foil on top of this mat board, but there's foil here protecting things. Yeah. We got some water in a bucket. We have a fire extinguisher way over there. We might want to bring that a little closer. We got our cutting torch. We're not going to use the cutting part of it. We're just going to, yeah, don't worry. We're not using, well, hey, if it comes down to it, we will be using the cutting torch part, but we're just going to heat it up. We got to get this fastener nut off of the forks. There's some issues. These are very gummy, and I can feel the bearing is no good in here. Plus, this really looks poor. This bottom cone that's pounded into the frame is in very poor condition. That's not going to come back anytime soon. So we're going to put another, not today, we're just going to get this loose today. And we have another issue with this bike also. While the torch is out, we're going to undo this and heat this up red hot so we can get that out. We'll probably heat that up red hot, then shove it back in there and undo that bolt because that's broken and it's seized on there. It's squealing really bad, and I want to try to save this fastener. But the part in here, let's take this out right now. This part, that rusty part there, the wedge pin, that's broken, and I'd like to get that off of there. It would be nice to get that off of there. Anyway, since we got the torch out and we're doing torch things on bikes. Yeah, I know. This is what you got to do sometimes, folks. And this is a little homemade. This is a non-Schwinn stem. Nothing was hurt here. Okay. I could probably reuse this if I had to. But the fork, the bearing is really crunchy. You can kind of feel it. Well, I can feel it. Anyway, so we're going to heat this up. And I should have put the foil on top of this. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, we're going to heat this up. This is going to catch on fire. And then we're going to use a wrench. Right now, it will not turn. I tried everything. I soaked it a little bit. And I'm not a big proponent of getting things red hot and then spraying them with something. I just think that's all you're doing is, you spray it with your favorite Penetrol. No promo here. You heat it up red hot and then you spray this in here. All it does is smoke. You're not doing anything except making toxic smoke. But that's just me. You go to some other channels and people are, heating things up and spraying away and making these huge clouds. It's not, the penetrant is not getting in there. It's just evaporating with the heat. The heat is what's undoing the bolt or the nut. So, you can jump up and down and say that this and that and spray some stuff in there once it's hot. It's not, you're only making smoke. You're not, it's heating and cooling. That's what's going to get it out. You heat it and you let it cool. All right, so let's get to business. We got stuff to do, folks. Put your average on. I make the mistakes so you don't have to. All right, we got our water there. Let's get the fire extinguisher a little closer. Let's just get this fire extinguisher a little bit closer. And we got our bucket of water. All right, let's do this. Let's turn it on. I'll get my shades on here. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. And it's one of the first nice days in a while. So, what are you doing? You out in the shop with a torch? Actually, I finished this big welding job today, and I was really happy about it. So I'm able to do some fun stuff with you guys. Hey, if you haven't subscribed, you should. And thank you for all the paid subscribers, too. It's, I made a whole $7.52 already. We're doing good. Took almost 4 years to make a few bucks. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, let's heat this sucker up, huh? We got stuff to do. Now, we're not going to use the cutting torch part. And we could put this thing called a rosebud in there. but I don't think we're going to need that much heat. I'll just be careful not to hit the oxygen part of the cutting torch. If I do, then, you know, it's basically all over. All right, here we go. Woohoo! All right, get that hot, baby. You saw it here first. Faulkner burns all. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, right. I forgot. It's a cutting torch. Okay, we're going to heat it up. We're not going to go like this. Okay, we're not doing that. All right, let's burn some paper. Yeah, it's definitely burning. Well, that paper didn't work out too good, so we're just going for it. I don't know what I was thinking with the mat board. Okay, I can hear it tinking. I can hear some tinking. Don't hit the cutting torch. Put that over here. That should probably do it. All right, we're gonna let that cool. We're not gonna spray it with stuff, okay? Yeah, we ruined the chrome on that. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. All right, let's, while it's hot, let's try to undo it. Yeah, if you spray it with stuff right now, it's just, you're just sending toxic clouds into the world. You're not, although a lot of people will disagree, but you're not doing much except wasting penetrant. All right, let's get this on here. Oh, I hear some crunching. Man, we gotta tighten this part a little bit. Give me a second. And you know, this might take a couple tries. Heat and then let it cool. Heat and then let it cool. Okay, we're gonna give it a shot. Now this might take a few tries. Yeah, it looks pretty goofy with the foil and everything. All right, so it's probably cooled down a little bit. Let's see what happens here. Man, that sucker's on there. I'm gonna have to really get serious with the heat. We might really have to get serious with the heat, folks. Let's try this. Oops, can't do that. Dang it, I should have put it right there on the other side of the bar. Oh well. I think we're gonna heat it some more. That was this moving. All right, well, you know what? We're gonna heat it again. If we were smart, we'd put this bar on the other side here. Let's try that. Because we're smarter. We make the mistakes so you don't have to. Yeah, don't buy a non-stingray. Okay, now we're gonna take this out. And we're gonna put it in like this, so it hits the seat post. Yeah, that'd be good. All right, so now we can when we torque on this, it'll hold against the seat post. I think we're gonna have to get it red hot, folks. It's not, there was nothing happening there. And I know there's a whole bunch of people screaming into the TV right now, spray it with something. No, not gonna happen. You're just wasting your oil. You're wasting your stuff. Put some penetrant on there. I did already. Okay, let's heat it up again. This is what happens to mat board when you think mat board is aluminum foil. Alrighty. Alright, let's really put the whammy on it. I think we're going to heat it red hot this time. We might even switch to the rosebud tip if we have to. That's pretty hot. Alright, here we go. You guys still with me? Okay, this is fun. Okay, as you can see, that's pretty dang hot, son. That's, yeah. That sucker's hot. All right, we're going to pull out the big guns now. The Diamond Cock Horseshoe 12-inch. We should probably let it cool, but we're going to give it a shot right now. On there. You might have to even get a bigger wrench. Oh, we got it. We got it. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this wrench never fails me. So let's work it back. Let's not get too greedy. Let's clear the threads. Yeah, and I shouldn't be going backwards with this wrench. I should only be going forward. Okay. Okay. Let's get the other wrench that's easier to handle. Woo, man. That sucker did not want to come out, guys. Ladies and gents. Anyway, yeah, if you're tuning in, this is kind of what we do here at Faulkner Fixes All. We make mistakes so you don't have to. So you don't have to burn up your non-Stingray frame. Let's work it back. We're good. Now, I shouldn't be using this backwards, by the way. That's how you break one of these. But it's really loose, so it's okay. We still got to heat up that other bike, too. You're going to get a double bonanza shot here, you know. And I want to grab this with my hand, but I know better. You know better. Okay, it's almost time to take that out. Yeah, I think it's almost time. But before we get too happy, we know that this was really seized on here, and it's been a long time since anything's ever happened. Okay, that's loose. We know that. We know that this hasn't been undone probably since the factory put it together. So let's put a pair of channel locks on this other cone and just make sure that that's loose, because we don't want to put the torch away or think we're okay yet if we're not okay. You know, I'm definitely not okay. but if you were working on your bike, you'd want to make sure this you want to make sure that adjuster cone, the one underneath that washer, is also free. And there's a good chance it's not, actually, because of all the stuff that's been happening. This bike's never had any service. And let's just make sure. Oh yeah. Okay, we're good. Okay, so we're good. We're gonna take this off. And yes, that's very hot. And we're gonna go to the next bike. But first we're gonna undo all the foil and everything, see how badly I burned it up. It's probably pretty bad. We'll see. All right, let's undo this. Let's undo this weird little contraption. We're not gonna need that for the other bike. The other bike's already loose. Oops, wrong wrench. Wrong-o. Yeah, we're gonna get this one going here. I ordered a sissy bar for it. It came, and it was bent. Thanks, guys. I bent it. The packaging was horrendous. It was just like they just slapped it in a box that was too big for it and shipped it. I'm not going to mention any names, but it was bad. Anyway, I'm not going to snivel. I will even leave them good feedback. Okay. Let's get this big goofy thing off of here. It's ridiculous. And could I just put some bars in here and done the same thing? Yes, but I don't want to mess up any bars with the torch. Who knows what's going to happen. It's hot in there. Boy, it's squeaky hot. That looks like I can actually touch that barely. Okay, that fell on the ground. There's smoke. That's definitely no good. The chrome is totally gone. And yes, that's smoking. Not in a good way. Okay, so yeah, let's look at this. Yeah, the chrome. I mean, I sacrificed that. And I pretty much sacrificed that adjuster. I have plenty of these. We'll reuse it. But that washer, I'm probably going to reuse. Let's try to get that off of there. If it's okay. Yep, it still has the notch. You see the little tiny notch there? That's important. I know I probably ruined the heat. What would it be? The heat treating. Trust me, it'll be okay. We'll file this up and clean it up. And these are hard to get, so I definitely wanted to try to save that. And let's take the foil off and see how bad is bad. You never know. We'll burn up the whole world. It looks like we did all right. There's a slight discoloration near the top. Yeah, I think we did okay. There's a little action there. That's not too bad. Slight discoloration. Once we get the nice new, I might reuse that one. It's not bad. Yeah, it got toasted a little bit, folks. Hey, you know, sue me. That's going to be nice and shiny. That's probably going to be a newer one. And this is really crunchy. So let's undo this and see how bad it is. Everything else on the bike is pretty bad. Let's just take this out right now. And then we'll get on to the other one. Now would be a great time to pour some water on it so you don't burn yourself. I think I'm going to put my glove on. Now would be a good time also. Now that it's not red hot, yes, you could put some lube on it now, okay? It's okay. It only smoked a little bit. It's just some toxic stuff there. Okay. Not right when it's red hot, okay? That's a no-no. I know there's a lot of people disagreeing with me on that, but all you're doing is making toxic smoke. It's the heat and the cooling is what undoes it. It's not the stuff you spray on it with it being red hot. It's the heating. the heating heats up everything and it expands and crunches the rusty threads against each other. Then it cools. And you notice I did it once and let it cool a little bit, and then I heated it again. You have to have patience. And then it was okay. Well, it wasn't okay. It came off. Okay, so right now we're looking at, are these bearings going to be okay? Is this adjuster I've got in my hand okay? We know the races are bad, the ones in the frames. The ones in the frame. So what we're looking at now is, how's the threads? You know, is the fork, did the fork make it? Did it take away any thread? We did pretty good. I think with some wire wheeling, this fork will be fine. This bearing is so-so, and this bottom race is absolutely hammered. If you see those marks right there, yeah, it's no good. Yeah, this hasn't been serviced. Well, like I said, no one's ever serviced this. You can see right here it's hammered. Somebody rode it with no grease and didn't care. And felt, you know, they felt this crunching and they didn't, you know, they didn't care. And that's what happens. That race is completely ruined. And I've just noticed someone may have been in here before. There's no chrome piece here. Maybe it was just such a cheap model it didn't have it because it's not a Stingray. It was a Hollywood. I'll have to look in the catalog. Yeah, there's no chrome thing there. Maybe someone has been in here, but I kind of doubt it. Okay, this is burning my hand. And this also is probably no good. Let me wire brush it a little bit. Let me take a look at it. I gotta put my other glue. It's red hot, and so I'm gonna try to open and look at it. Well, it's not red hot, but it's hot. Okay, let's see if this one's even usable, and then we'll go on to the other bike real quick. Making my way. Well, that's still pretty warm. Well, it didn't do the chrome much good, that's for sure. Nope, this one's bad too. Dang. Alright, well, see the rust in there. Let's get you out here in the sun so you can see. Yeah, see those pitting marks? Yeah, you could probably reuse it, but I'm not. Oh, especially right there. No, this is unusable. Yeah, the load of the bearing right here. All those brindling, rusty brindle marks. Yeah, well, it's no great loss. I baked all the chrome off of it anyway. So, no great loss there. Let's look at this. It's not too warm yet. Oh, it's still pretty warm. That bearing, maybe. We'll see. And we'll wipe out the... Let's spray this top one, and we'll wipe it out and look. Because this one probably could be cleaned. Maybe. Let's wipe that out. And then we'll go on to other things. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, this one made it. What the heck? Oh, we got lucky, folks. Yeah, we got pretty lucky on that one. Although the chrome is not excellent, but I think you could probably clean up that chrome. And yeah, you could probably clean that up a little bit. Yeah, that race is good on the inside. I know this one's bad. I could feel it. Oh yeah, that's completely hammered. Yeah, I'm not even gonna clean that one. I just can see. Let me get a light for you guys. Yeah, I'm not even gonna waste any cleaning on this. Look at the big chunk in there. Yeah. Yeah, that's completely hammered. So that bottom bearing is bad too. So that means, I'm pretty sure that this bearing, yeah, they're both pretty bad. Wow, this is really crunchy and nasty. And I'm pretty sure this one's bad too. Yeah, it looks like a complete headset, except I probably could reuse this if I wanted to, if it shines up nice. It looks like a complete headset, except this piece maybe. That's got to go. The bearing's got to go. And the race on the fork has to go also. That's really bad. Yeah. Okay, so let's go on to the other bike. That's all we can do right now. I got to go up in the Schwinn dungeon, well, the Schwinn attic, and steal parts off of a girl's breeze or something. You know, that's what I do. Okay, let's this video is getting kind of long. Let's take this out real quick and heat it. I don't know how I'm going to do that with one hand. Let's see here. I need an assistant. Yeah, we're not using this. Yeah, put that back on for a second. Oh, I know what we'll do. We'll kind of put this in the reach. Yeah, maybe. How are we going to do this? It's going to be very hard. We could just put it on there somehow. Maybe it might work. Okay, if it just rests right there, this is going to be kind of dicey. That's my middle name, son. Okay, we are going to just let this sit here. Is that going to stay? Damn, that is dicey. Yeah. We're going to let that sit there, and we're going to heat this really hot. Then we're going to put it back in here and use a wrench and try to undo this. And that way we don't have to undo these cables, which are new. And yeah, okay, I know I probably should just undo it from the bars, which is probably the way to do it. But we're not going to do that. You know, we take shortcuts here. It'll be fine. Let's get my other glove on. Okay, famous last words. It'll be fine. All right, we're going to heat this red hot. We're going to put it back in the bike and try to get that piece off. So we got the torch out. We might as well do this too. You know what I mean? So here we go. Let's not burn the whole world down here. Oh, don't use that part. All right, that's hot. Okay, I'd say that was pretty darn hot. All right, let's put it back in this fork here. I'm gonna put it back in the bike. I'm gonna hold the front tire with my legs, and we're gonna try to undo this bolt. And yes, it's very hot. You guys still here? Okay. See if we can kill some spiders. I don't want to kill spiders, but they're probably not going to be too happy in there. All right, look at that. Remember on that other video how I was having a real problem getting this out? It was squeaking and about to break the bolt. A little bit of heat, folks, just a little. It'd be nice to have a ratchet right now, but I didn't think about that. Okay, so you too can heat up your Schwinn carefully. So I'm got it in here. I'm pressurizing the tire, and we're taking this bolt out. And it's probably still dull red in there. You know, it's still pretty hot. And when we get it close, we'll take it out so it doesn't fall down on the fork and kill spiders. I think it's pretty close. Yeah, it's pretty close. I could almost grab it with my glove. Let's see how hot it is. Oh yeah, that's kind of hot. Oh yeah. I don't want it to fall down in the... Oh, that's pretty hot. Let's make it fall into the quench bucket. How about that? Yeah. Yeah, you guys will like that. Yeah, we'll make it fall into that quench bucket. Oh, yeah. Ah, yeah. That bolt's seen better days. Okay, so we got it out and we saved this bolt, although, well, it was worth saving. You know, these are hard to find, hard to come by in the right length on these other stems, the cheapy walled stems. Oh yeah, we can reuse that. That's not bad. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just dirty. I'll show you the difference if it's the right one. It's still pretty hot. Give me a second here. Anyway, we had to get this off. That was the problem. That's not happening. I mean, yeah, somebody... I bet you the pieces are still in there. You never know. If somebody's been into this bike a few times, so maybe the pieces aren't down in there, but we're going to find out in just a second. Okay, I'll show you the difference on the Schwinn ones. It's usually the same thread. See how this one, oh, this one would have worked. Huh, look at that. This cheapy walled one. Sometimes they're a little shy. Oh, it would have worked. I could have used this one if it wasn't completely nasty. Oh, it's kind of a universal one. Some of these are kind of short. And it's good to know I can reuse that if I have to on a Schwinn stem. But it probably needs some cleaning. Okay, we managed to save this bolt. We're doing great. No damage on that bolt. But this is completely toast. So let's put this on the stand. Or let's tip it up and see if these pieces are in there. I'm not going to brace them back together, but it'd be nice to get them out of the fork, you know, so they're not jingling around in there. All right, let's see what we can do here. Let's see here. There's nothing in there. I thought there'd be some pieces. Huh, interesting. Huh, I thought for sure there'd be some pieces down in there. Okay, well, let's go back up. Somebody has been in there for sure. I don't know who and when, but we could look down there with a light too. Let's do that. Stay. Or not. Here it is. Okay, let's look down in here and see if we see these chunks down in here. Nope, they're not there. It's just rust. Huh, strange. Wow. I wonder where those pieces went, folks. I mean, somebody was in there. Somebody's been in this bike, obviously. Wonder where they went. There should be two pieces. One looks kind of fresh, like maybe I did it. Yeah, that one looks kind of fresh. I must have done that one. Fresh. This does not. Yeah, I probably broke the one piece just undoing it. But where did it go? I would have saw that come out of there. Maybe I'll have to review the videos. Maybe, I'll look back in the video and I'll see a little piece fall on the ground. You idiot! I mean, what are you going to do? It's broken. Okay, Fred, I know you're watching this, so, kick me down. I need one of these. Come over here and bring it over here. Might have one somewhere. Anyway, this will not work. This style. Obviously, this stem is a total piece of junk, but this style here, you can't. I've seen people try, but that won't work. It has to be this round, nice machined one. It can't be this pressed piece of junk made by Wald. This won't work. I've seen people try it, and it wedges up in there and messes things up. It does not work. You have to get the right one. Okay, hey, thanks for tuning in, folks. That's about does it for today. Ow, that's hot. Ooh, dude, that's still hot. I need to get that piece. I need to put a washer back on there. I need to fix that headset so we can sell that bike. This one's going back over in the traveler pile. We are done with the torch. Always when you're using a torch, have some gloves. Try to remember to use these if you can. It's nice. It's not really super bright, but when you turn the torch on and adjust it, that's when it messes with your eyes. So, I know I forgot that second time, but try to use the safety equipment and have a quench bucket and a fire extinguisher nearby, just in case. There's another one somewhere over here. Yeah, there's another one there. So yeah, it's, you're using a torch. And another rule of thumb is, I didn't do it this time, but when you use a torch, especially on old cars, there's some channels out there that do this too on old cars, and lots of channels. Some of the old timers say use the torch in the morning. That way, when you're working on the car during the day, if you did catch something on fire inside the wiring or in the car, you got a little while to figure it out. Like, don't use the torch at night just before you close up at shop, 5 o'clock. You used the torch at 4:30 and you went home. That's, don't. Anyway, yeah, well, on a bike, there's not much to burn. So, except maybe catching some mat board on fire because you thought it was going to be good as aluminum. Okay, so that's how you get some of these parts off. Sometimes you just got to sacrifice things. Like, this is all no good. I mean, this was bad anyway. We looked at it in the light, and it's bad. And I ruined that because of the chrome. It's bad. These bearings are bad. And this washer is the only thing I might be able to use. I probably will clean this up and use this. They're really hard to get that aren't messed up. I will clean this washer up. That's just about the only thing I can use on that Stingray wannabe on my Schwinn Hollywood. Yeah, next video, we'll pound some new races in. I might have that piece. I don't know. I don't know what the next video. You tell me, you paid subscribers and non-paid subscribers. You tell me what to do. What do you want to see? You want to see this bike back together? Or do you want to see me do some Travelers? I'm kind of leaning towards the Travelers because, I'm going to kind of keep those. Although this red one over here is for sale. I said earlier it wasn't, but I'd probably let this one go. The bars are just turned for storage right now, but it's a really nice bike. And if you look down on the channel, there is a video of me riding this one around and what it has. And I think I was asking 300. I don't know. Make me an offer. Okay, hey, thanks for tuning in, and tell me show me what to do. Help me to understand what's the next move. Work on Travelers or finish this little wannabe Stingray. It's not really a Stingray. Okay, hey, have a good day. Keep the positive vibes going. It's all going to be great, guys. Just think good thoughts, man. Okay, see ya.